the signs and wonders are not where the power and the action is at. The signs and the wonders validate, authenticate, confirm that these men, in fact, are sent from Christ, that they are apostles, and that this is actually the ministry of the resurrected Christ.
Right. And the ministry of the word, which is important, because what we see is like you're saying, we focus on the extraordinary gifts of the apostolic era that ceased, we believe, with that era. But what Acts shows us is the effectiveness. What the apostles were committed to was the breaking of bread, fellowship, and the ministering of the word. They continued to preach that gospel all throughout, and they were unwavering in preaching that gospel. Think of Paul in Troas, where he preaches well into the night so that a man falls out of the window because he was tired. Is that the ministry of the Spirit?
Acts chapter 20.
Is that the ministry of the Spirit?
Okay,
The guy fell asleep.
If you're in a modern day church,
yeah,
and a guy falls out of a window,
and it's hot,
and the pastor goes down and prays for him and resurrects him from the dead.
Yeah.
Do you go back and continue to have preaching? And how is it recorded in the banner? How is it recorded in some Christian publication?
Yeah.
They're going to focus on the resurrection and not the ministry of the word.
Yeah.
But the people, when this is recorded in the Bible, the action was not the greatest thing that happened was not that young man being raised from the dead. It was the focal point is on the ministry of the word
would argue,
happening
yeah,
in that room. That they want. This has been going all night, and Paul
all night,
and he preaches then until the very morning, and then he leaves town.
Listen, it's hot.
Then he leaves town.
It's hot.
It's hot. Right.
They have been working all day.
I know.
They are sweating. They're hungry.
Fatigued.
They're hungry, and Paul can't stop preaching. And listen, this guy
there's
falls out.
There's two different words used for preaching.
I know, and he's comforting them in the truths of the gospel. There's no doubt. But I think what's interesting is what Paul understood there was when healing the man and raising him from the dead. What good is that if I do not take it back in and explain what the resurrection's all about? In other words, that was the power